summary of all the action. Coppa Italia final. Inter Milan. Inter Milan. They're looking for Italia trophy where they're 8th. They haven't won it, so they'll be hoping to add some silverware for Maurizio Sarri's side. Place Inzaghi last summer. What a season! They had the league wrapped up. Massive victory this evening, but they only played a handful of in that game. Oh, this evening, exactly where they played. Actually, didn't have much to play for. Any European football. So this would be a lovely on the Coppa Italia. They haven't won it. 23 season. To 22-20. Over 18 years in the 07-08. They only met a handful of days ago. In total, Pellegrini Taylor Patrick whereas for Chivu Zielinski and Demar Motta, Mario Gila, Patrick, and forward Annie. In the usual three continues. Win a back three. Denzel Dumfries as wing backs. With a forward duo of underway shot with cup finals. Olympico is there. He's fighting. It's the big cup. Looking for Lazio. Overwhelming, of course. Warm welcome if you as Lazio. Guida in all the action. And full of days. Speaking about the Coppa. It with 50. So you've entered with a win. 16. One history. Even what pops up a lot, of course, is the of Inter Milan, that not just one league, along with a league title, Jose Mourinho, of course, and he's adapted not just Italy but Europe. Inzaghi's done and implemented it. That's what a lot of people will for. Of course, a quick look at both of them in his second stint as the 67-year-old. He's been recently, since last season, it's only his first season back in this stint, 40 games, 16 wins, 13 draws and 11 losses for the Italian. Of course, used to manage them from June 2021 until March 2024. And of course, had great successes at Juventus, Chelsea and Napoli. His Napoli team was one of the great sides to watch almost a decade ago now in the Serie A. Like I said about Kivu, 45-year-old Romanian boss, first season in charge of Inter. So far, managed 55 games, 37 wins, 6 draws and 12 losses. What a dominant campaign his side have had. Made over 150 appearances as well for Inter, as well as many at Roma and Ajax. Almost ready for kick-off, just seconds away. Maybe a minute or so behind what we would have thought of, but it will be Lazio to get us underway. They'll be going from right to left in the usual sky blue jersey, white shorts and white socks combo, whereas Inter going from left to right in the usual black and blue, black shorts and black socks to boot. As I say, Lazio to get us underway. Goes back to Romagnoli, the former AC Milan player, played in many a Milan derby, so he'll be used to this. It's booted long, looking for the run on the right hand side of Isaacson, nowhere near him, and a goal kick for Inter early on. Ball it out to Akanji, very much a heavy possession side, it has to be said, are Inter. They do play some lovely attacking football. Ball over the top there from Dumfries, looking for the run of Thuram. It's cleared away, only out for a throw-in, so a good start here for Inter. Marco throws it quickly into Bastoni. Switches it from left to right to Bisek. Looks like Sucic at the moment. I will say that midfield three of Inter, they do fluidly move, don't they? At the moment though, Sucic is the deepest of the three, giving Zielinski and Barella a little bit more freedom, a little bit more movement. Bisek turns his man, he's driving forward as a centre-back. Martinez looking for a quick first-time pass to Thuram. It's under hit. Goes all the way back to Motta, who clears it long. Forward to Noslin, who runs it down, but runs it down to Basic, who loses it first time with a heavy touch to DiMarco. At the moment it's in as part of the back three. I said about the midfield three, apart from not the wing backs going into positions, but there's always, it's almost for Kivu, as long as someone's in someone's position. At the moment Barella is playing as part of the back three, and the Bisek is up top with Thuram for the moment. That just shows how fluid it is. Bastoni does have it just inside the Lazio half on the left hand side. To Sucic, Barella still as part of that back three, and Bisek is given the freedom to move a little bit further up. Barella back to Akanji. Bastoni. Quite a high line from Lazio, not really pressing the midfield three, long ball over the top, too much on it, and Lazio get the ball at the back with Tavares. Wants to play it long, too much on it. They take a hint of a deflection, I do believe, off of Dumfries, trying to press very high there. I think coming of it though, it will be a throw-in halfway into the Lazio half. Romagnoli back to the goalie, who floats one over the top for Taylor. Nice first touch, but it's taken away from Zaccagni. That's a foul, says the referee, Marco Guida. Lazio look to take it quickly. It's a poor one as well. Thuram wins it. Can he drive forward? No, he can't. Great tackle at the back. Tavares wins the ball off Martinez. There's a struggle and a fight for it. Coming away with it is Patrick. To the right to Marusic. He looks to go long over the top for Isaacson. It's a foot race between himself and Bastoni. Bastoni is a man to win it, and he rolls it back to his goalkeeper. And now Inter have the ball once again. They're very happy to play out from the back, slow it down, quicken it up. They can adapt to almost anything. Can this Inter side play some great football at the same time? Barella slowly makes his way up the field into Sucic. Di Marco. Back into the feet of Sucic. Struggling early on for any form of possession here are Lazio. Di Marco once again. Di Marco off the left, Dumfries off the right. When you look at a lot of teams like to play with these free backs as the ball is switched from left to right, looking for Dumfries, headed away by Romagnoli. You see that not every team can play this formation, whether it's 3-5-2, 3-4-3. However, you do like to look at them. They just don't have the wing backs to play this system. You've got to be specialists at left and right, and Inter are two of the maybe the best left wing back and the best right wing back in the world. The Italian Di Marco and the Dutchman Denzel Dumfries. Quick free kick there for a foul on Sucic, just inside the Lazio half, but Inter take it quickly. Ball looking for the run there of Barella, too much on it. Cleared away off the right hand side by Marusic. And clears it away out for a throw in though, and this is a great start for Inter. They haven't tested the goalkeeper, but they're getting the foot on the ball and looking very confident. Just 5 minutes on the clock. Ball forward into Lautaro. Back out to the left hand side. Bastoni's got a wicked cross on it. One comes in. It's nodded away only as far as Lautaro. Picked up there by Zaccagoni. He wants a free kick. Barella's saying, I didn't touch him. The Lazio skipper has gone down. If anything, there is a collision, but it's more the left leg of Zaccagoni. He catches Barella more than anything, and Barella's not sticking his foot out or anything. So I think that's a good decision from the referee, but a good start here, has to be said, for Inter Milan. A lot of the ball, and they've still got it just inside the Lazio half, trying to pen the Lazio in. There is a poor pass in the middle, but Lazio don't come away with it to Ram. So it's a heavy touch back to Bisek. That's going to be a late tackle there, and that's going to be the first yellow card as well. We're going the way of the Inter defender just over 6 minutes into this game, and we do get our first yellow card there for that late tackle by Bisek. I think it's a little, if I'm being honest, a little bit harsh perhaps is the yellow card. It was late. I don't think there's too much maliciousness there from Bisek, but the referee, Marco Guida, of course, you have to maybe as a referee thinking, do I lay out my stall? How do I combat certain things? And quite clearly, he's trying to do that with an early yellow card. Lazio have the ball forward. It falls to the left-hand side for Noslin. Plays a lovely ball to Tavares, driving through the left-hand side. Is he brought down there? No, he's not, says the referee. Do believe something's been given in the box, so not a penalty. It's going the way of Inter Milan. Might have even been an offside. It was a foul on the edge of the area. Watching it back, a great eye there from the referee. Seeing ref cam, that's more of a thing we see nowadays. Sucic was taken down by a Noslin on the edge of the area. Might have been a light foul, but that's what the referee has given. So a free kick for Inter. Just on the edge of their own penalty area. They take it quickly, of course. Can go long if they want to. They don't have to, of course. With the likes of Thuram and Martinez up top. They do like to from the back. Bastoni. Nice pass into Martinez. Lovely first touch. Switches it out to Dumfries on the right hand side. Pulls it back into the box. Cleared well away there by Gila. All the way into the Inter half. Akanji will keep it in play. Doesn't want it to go out for a throw-in. Sucic picks it up. That was a nice piece of play though, and that's where the wing backs really come into play. Dumfries almost as a winger. making that overload on that right hand side work. Who do you mark if you're a fullback? If you're Tavares, if you're Taylor in the middle, well, who's your man? Who's the wing back's man? I can imagine that Maurizio Sarri will have gone over it, but it's still very awkward in the game. A lot of teams don't play with back threes or with wing backs. It is more traditionally back four, possibly of course in Italy, and it is maybe more a tradition. Throwing on the right hand side, Bisek takes quickly. Bastoni looks to quickly play it forward to Di Marco. It's a wicked pass. It would have been a lovely one if it had been more on the money on the Italian too, but with the Italian, then he could have maybe even got it across the face of goal. And Giuseppe Marotta, the Inter-chairman, he wasn't happy with something. That was one of them, that pass there from Bastoni. Because the run from Di Marco was a little bit early, he took a touch and he's almost stretching to play the ball. Di Marco gets it, could have been across the face of goal, as you say. Ball forward, falls for Thuram, tries to play back to Martinez. Good tackle just outside the area there from Patrick. Out to the left hand side to Tavares. Looks to play a ball forward. Kanji will get there. Fantastic play from him. He just plays it into the feet of Barella. Lovely tackle there by Kanji. The on loan Manchester City man. Good season for Inter. His 45th appearance in all comps this evening. He could have done a job at Manchester City. Of course, he was a part of the treble-winning City side that beat Inter Milan 3 years ago. So going from beating them in a big European final to being at the heart of their defence. Just over 10 minutes played. If you are joining, warm welcome. It is English audio commentary. Lazio against Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia final. Lazio 0, Inter Milan 0. Just after 10.5 minutes played. Inter have had most, if not all, of the possession. And a quick look at the possession statistics for the game so far. Just a shade under 80% for Inter. We haven't had a shot yet in the game. We haven't had a corner yet in the game, but Inter very much keeping a hold of possession. It's ticking over nicely for them. I can imagine it's more the later it gets on, possibly that's a bit of a danger for Chivu, but sure it's a manager who can sort something like that out. It's out to the right to Dumfries. Barella trying to link up and sit them as a double. And a bit of an overload on that right hand side. Left hand side for Di Marco. And Inter very, very happy to be slow, precise with their build up. Sucic to find a pass out to Barella, who's operating the widest on the right hand side. Ball into the box and it comes in from Lautaro and it goes wide. Just got on the blind side there of Mario Gila. It was always an awkward one to find the back of the net. It was just inside the penalty area, but it was a lovely whip ball from Barella, and running onto it with a lot of pace there was Lautaro. It does go wide of the mark, but again that's just showing that fluidity between the Inter Milan side, that Dumfries had gone a little bit more central, so Barella moves out, so Dumfries moves more central. Poor goal kick there from Lazio. Dumfries trying to latch on to a pass. It's cleared away by Tavares. He'll be out for a throw-in high on the right-hand side, almost level with the edge of the penalty area for Inter. Bisek into Sucic. Sprays it all the way to the left-hand side to Bastoni, then he does go to Di Marco. Again, as soon as Di Marco or Dumfries getting the ball, Lazio on them like a rash. They do continue to play some good stuff. Right-hand side for Sucic. Bisek. Dumfries rolls his man in Tavares, driving forwards. That's off Tavares. Yes, it was, says the linesman. One of them where Tavares had his hand up, saying, no, it should be a goal kick. Dumfries asking for the corner. It did look like it was last off the former Arsenal man's right boot. From a replay, it was the first set piece of the evening. They'll be going the way, well, at least corner set piece, I should say, going the way of Inter in the first half from the broadcast. Left to right into going right to left Lazio. So it'll be an in-swinger from DiMarco. 18 assists in all competitions. Ball comes into the box. And it's found the back of the net. It's Marcus Thuram with the header. What a delivery from DiMarco. Speaking about his goals and assists this season, that'll be his 18th in all comps. He's got 17 all in the league. He's only had 2 appearances in the Cup. Inter Milan have been far the better side in the opening, just about to 14 minutes on the clock. And into strike from a set piece. What a delivery from Federico DiMarco. And rising the highest was Marcus Thuram. What a delivery at the front post. It might take a slight deflection off a defender. And I say slight, watching it back, it is off, unfortunately, Adam Marusic. And I think it was maybe going on target. Watching it back, it might have been going off target. It will go down as an own goal, unfortunately. Thuram was the one who ran off in excitement and celebration. So 2 goals in the Coppa Italia. He thought he'd grabbed his 3rd, his 19th in all comps. Unfortunately for Thuram, though, that will go down as an own goal. Don't get me wrong, though, Inter do deserve that lead. Lazio barely had a kick of the ball. That's been the tactic. They haven't tried to press, and Inter have moved it around them. They have sat back. They have tried to defend, but it did come last off of the Lazio fullback as they're trying to drive forward here. Good tackle at the back there by Akanji. I thought it was at first. Referee says no. There'll be a yellow card for Bastoni. So another yellow card coming out. So 2 out of the 3 of the back 3 for Inter have been yellow carded. I will take it back as well. It was a poor tackle. Referee Marco Guida watching it. He had a really good position there. I thought that Bastoni maybe just got a toe on it, but no, he didn't. So free kick here for Lazio. And just seeing as they're doing the Serie A and the Coppa Italia, of course, every single time that the goal is scored, the ball that was scored, it is put in a bag and it is sold on to a lucky viewer, someone who to purchase it. So this is a big opportunity for Lazio, going behind just about 2 minutes after they've gone behind. They've got this big free kick on the left hand side. If they could respond to it, that would be absolutely brilliant for them. Into the back post it goes. Bisek clears it away, only straight up in the air. Lazio keep a hold of it on the right hand side. Ball comes in. Goalkeeper Martinez comes to claim it, and well, he's had a very, very easy opening 16 minutes or so. As Josep Martinez, not too much to really talk about when it comes to him. Hasn't needed to do too much. It's been quite an easy afternoon so far for him. Just still now looking to possibly go and get a quick 5 second. And if the player passes like that, Sucic looking from left to right, looking for Dumfries on the right hand side, well overhitting that one. And out of play it goes for Lazio for Rowan. Tavares plays it long to Zakangni. Lovely play of ball from left to right. Isaacson now driving forward. This is a good response here from Lazio. Marusic, ball into the box. Noslin switches and turns, but too much on it, if you will, and blocked away. Tavares will keep the ball though, and keep the ball going for Lazio. Just think if they could have maybe been this positive when it was 0-0, how different the game could be. We're very early on, of course, so a long way to go this evening. Romagnoli back to Motta, who's at the ball on his studs, and he plays a terrible pass out to the right hand side, to the left hand side, apologies there, to Tavares with his right boot. It's terrible from the Lazio goalie. So throwing high on the right hand side now, and Inter were very much happy to be in control, slow it down when they were 0-0. I imagine it might be a little bit of the same. It is when they're 1-0 up, got that goal. Again, they can hit you swiftly on a counter-attack, it has to be said as well. DiMarco on the left-hand side, forward into the box for Martinez. He's forced to push it back. Zielinski, now to Bastoni. Zielinski, Akanji. To the right for Dumfries. All the way from right to left, Bastoni, Zielinski. That's a poor pass picked up by Marusic. I'm sure he'll be looking to find his way going from 0 to hero with that own goal. Was very unlucky as well. It's a lovely whipped in ball from DiMarco from the corner. Just took the slightest of deflections off of Thuram with his header. Of course, I feel the Frenchman's going for goal, but maybe even just thinking, can I get something on this to someone at the back post? Well, someone was a man in a sky blue jersey. Kanji just inside his own half. Bastoni picking up some space, looks to play it along to Thuram. Headed away by Romagnoli, only as far as Barella, who will go for a strike. Well over it. And well over the bar as well. But underneath the strike, well over the bar. Dumfries to his right. It's one of them that we've all been there. It falls quite kindly for you, so I don't really blame the midfielder for going for it. As soon as he does, he puts his arm up and says apologies to Dumfries. So if we don't get a second goal, that'll be a great buffer for Inter. Foul there by Barella, not a good 90 seconds or so, and kind of Taylor has stayed down. Asking the question is Romagnoli of, is that a yellow card possibly? Again, they've already picked up 2, and Bastoni and Bisek, so two of your back 3 are on yellow cards. It's not really what you want if you are Inter, especially your wide centre backs where your wingers for Lazio might run out. If they're on yellow cards, that can make it quite awkward, if you will. Patrick put under pressure, plays it back to Gila. He still has it, turns Martinez and plays it away. Nice ball, here come Lazio, left hand side, couple of 1-2s. Noslin out to Tavares. This is good, he's got his skipper Zagangi driving forward down the left hand side. Can he find a ball into the box? He can, it's just a little bit overhit, and DiMarco, in tracking back, actually picks the ball up. Lazio have committed bodies. Here come Inter down the left hand side with DiMarco. He's got Lautaro to his left. Give credit to Lazio, they've got players back, they've regrouped really well, and Inter do have the ball. And again, I think DiMarco was thinking, oh, can I get a pass, can I play this? No, let's just keep the ball. We're 1-0 up, there's no need to be chasing anything, chasing that second goal. If it comes to us, great. If it doesn't, that's not really a bother either. Still on the ball at the moment. Yeah, looking at the possession stats, it's just about a shade over 80% now for Inter. They've been really dominant in that part of play. Of course, we've got the goal to boot as well now, but to switch the play to DiMarco. The bounce will get away from him, unfortunately. Let's have a play for a Lazio throwing hand in the air from DiMarco. Maybe if he'd have read the play, he's a very intelligent footballer. If he'd read the play a bit more, is what a couple of the players were saying now. Lautaro wants a foul. Referee says no, and Inter now do lose the ball. That's to have it just in their own penalty area. Playing a dangerous game here against a very well and more than capable high pressing Inter side. Tavares plays it away. Was that last or forward to Ram? Yes, it was. So throwing for Lazio, seeing those Inter fans in some fine voice. Happy both sides were, the fans before the game. I haven't seen any pictures of the away of the Lazio fans, but the Inter fans, they're absolutely bouncing. Dumfries on the right, swings one into the box, headed away only as far as DiMarco. Lovely ball into the box with Dumfries on the volley, blocks away. That could have been going absolutely anywhere. What a world-class strike and a world-class goal that would have been. Ball was on the money from wing back to wing back, and that's what can just happen where a wing back just creeps in, falls kindly. Tavares not with the greatest of defending, but it is a great block to stop that shot testing his goalkeeper. So be a swinger once again. From the near side, DiMarco with his left boots is where they got their opener. Swings it in into the front post again. It's dealt with at first. Cleared the one as far as DiMarco gets a second look at it. Back post, header back into a dangerous area. Strike from Bastoni comes in. Thuram has to hit it on the turn into one another corner. I think Lazio are going to be given. No, it is going to go the way of Inter Milan. Just waiting for a full decision. The linesman's put his flag up. The referee, I think there's a bit of miscommunication here. It did look like it took a deflection off a Lazio man when Thuram was twisting and turning. The linesman's flag has gone up. It was an offside. So just a bit of miscommunication. So the referee had given the corner, the linesman's flag was up, and he's almost saying, no, it's offside. So it was last off a Lazio man, but didn't come to anything, unfortunately. It is a it's a free kick, but almost in a goal kick area there for Lazio. They play it long, and they unfortunately straight away lose it because they're really struggling to keep the ball here. Lazio, I think the problem will be for them is if Inter go and do get a second. They're on the ball with Bastoni, right on the halfway line. To Akanji. Bisek, they're just not pressing high enough, Lazio, to me. I know it's a high risk and high rewards strategy and tactic, but Inter are happy for those. Now that, especially now they have a 1-0 lead, they're very happy for that back three to just knock it left to right, right to left. Bastoni wants to play it long to Barella on the right hand side, not in a way, but as far as Dumfries. Barella forced to go back to Bisek. They're very good at pressing in the middle of the field, where it's one of the three of Sucic is yelling to go Barella on one of the wing backs, but apart from that, Lazio are sitting off majorly this evening. Just over 25 minutes played. Warm welcome if you are joining us. It's English audio commentary. Lazio against Inter Milan, the 79th Coppa Italia. An own goal from Adam Marusic. Inter lead this clash 1-0. Looking for a league and cup double. Inter Milan. DiMarco spreads the play to the right. Looking for Bisek. Finds him. Rolls it back to Sucic. He's on the ball and is looking for options at the moment. DiMarco. Back to Barella. Akanji. Bisek. Back to Akanji. I mean, at the moment Sucic is in the middle of the back three, and Akanji is more of a wing back at the moment. For the first time in a while, Martinez is going to get a touch of the football. The Spanish shot stopper. It'll only be his 7th touch of the game, and I'm not saying keepers will have loads of touches, but when a team has 80% possession, a lot of it is because a goalkeeper has a lot of the ball. Swiftly out to DiMarco on the left-hand side. Lazio are really struggling in this game. Of course, only 4 days ago they were beaten by Inter, and they look strong in that 3-0 win, and at the moment there isn't anything to show me that Sarri's side will face anything other than a defeat this evening. Inter are looking absolutely fantastic, as you would expect. Barella on the ball looking for options inside his own half. Ball out to Isaacson, was intercepted by Isaacson, I should say. Sucic battling with him for it. It'll be last off of Sucic, or it should be a Lazio throw. The linesman's give it the way of Inter, that definitely. Sucic almost wrapping his right boot around Isaacson. Definitely came off the Inter number 8 there. Linesman has given it for Inter, so Lazio can't argue for too long. You don't want to waste your energy on the wrong things, really. Barella. And struggling to even get on the ball at the moment. Lazio, it has to be said. It's just a shade over 80% possession at the moment for Inter. And I think they're almost passing it around because they're saying, well, if you're not going to press us here, we're very happy to knock it around here. We're 1-0. That's a good press, though, there from Taylor to come forward and try and put some pressure onto the players. That time it was Barella sitting a little bit back, but it was almost saying, well, I'm going to sit back, you press, and maybe my defender can move up. Martinez now has it just on the edge of his own area. And the CEO of Serie A, Luigi Di Siervo, if he'll be happy with what he's seen so far. I'm sure he'll be happy with the dominance of one side very much at the moment. Milan. That's a poor pass. Nearly getting there is Taylor, but Bisek too fast and too quick, just too mindful as well. It has to be said. DiMarco. Swiftly into Zielinski. Just over half an hour played here at the Stadio Olimpico. English audio commentary of the Coppa Italia final, the 79th version of the Coppa Italia. It is Lazio 0, Inter Milan 1. An own goal from Adam Marusic in the 14th minute mark from an in-swinging corner from DiMarco, the difference maker, and ever so confidently, ever so easy, unfortunately, has been for Inter in this first half. There's been no real response, if you will, from Lazio, or at least a response you would expect, possibly. Sucic once again dropping into midfield. Free DiMarco, as he tumbled over. I think the referee's going to say yes, but Inter have possession, so he'll say continue and to play on. DiMarco just outside his own penalty area. Again, there's just no Lazio are letting Inter have the ball basically inside their own half, and it's quite easy for Inter because they want to go for attack, or you're going to block that off. Well, we'll just keep the ball. Maybe at 0-0 would be a lot more frustrating for Inter. They've got a 1-0 lead. I'm sure if they won this game 1-0 and Lazio never touched the ball again, they'd be quite happy. That's a poor pass though from Bisek, picked up at Taylor into Patrick. That's a poor pass from the midfield. Ball swept to the left-hand side, looking for DiMarco. Too much on it from Sucic. Out of play for a Lazio throwing ball forward, looking for Isaacson. Will it roll for him? No, it won't. Oh, there's a slip of the boot there, but it's a good tackle in the end from Akanji. He slips, but he stays almost on his backside and is able to sweep the ball away. Good tackle from the Swiss international. That's one, but that could have been very unlucky. Isaacson stayed down, holding his lower left leg. I do believe the referee may have brought a pause to the game. Possibly Isaacson is caught by Akanji. Watching a few replays back of it, I think they'd be incredibly harsh to be a free kick, because Akanji again is almost saying, well, I can't do much there. We're seeing the VAR, sorry, not the VAR, the ref cam. Once again, it's a great look and a great insight almost, isn't it, to referees seeing how different it is compared to seeing it from a broadcast view or sitting in the stands. Of course, it's as close as you're going to get, isn't it? Long ball over the top, too much on it for Lautaro. Motta comes out to claim. They can't claim it, as I say, claims it and boots it away. So throwing on the left hand side for DiMarco, who instantly goes back to Bastoni. Akanji. Once again, it'll go from left to right of that back three, and Bisek has it. That's almost at a walking pace the last few minutes has been whenever Inter are on the ball. Not trying to use too much energy. Dumfries plays it forward, takes a deflection off Tavares, and Romagnoli will pick it up, only to clear it away. Big header from Bisek. Knocks it down for Barella. Taylor comes away with it. He's being hunted down there, Barella. It's a bit of a late tackle there. Maybe the referee might even pull a yellow card. He definitely played advantage. Pull out a yellow card there for Barella after this Lazio move is completed. Ball will be switched from right to left from Gilles. Low over the ball, over the first touch from Zakanya. Skipper cuts inside on his favoured right. Swings the ball out from left to right. Basic. Marusic. Couple of 1-2s. It's something that Lazio need. They need a bit of possession. They need to be a little bit more positive to me. Haven't been at all. To the keeper, Motta. Romagnoli, Tavares. Inter still looking to press down and hunt them down. Oh, they've lost it. Here coming to Milan. Dumfries across the face of goal. Tapping for Lautaro. Mistake at the back from Lazio. Pounced upon by the Argentine. He taps it in the back of the net. Again, Lazio just a little bit too slow on the ball. A little bit too nonchalant. Inter will not care. They've taken a 2-0 lead. Their main man, Lautaro Martinez, the 28-year-old Argentine, gets on the score sheet. Another impressive near 30-goal campaign. Tavares had it again. He was being hunted down. Dumfries, too big, too strong. Just wanted it more. Took it off of his feet. Played it across the face of goal. Martinez, thank you very much, Denzel. I'll score my 24th goal of the season, my first in the Coppa Italia this season. And the skipper makes his mark. It is Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. Just about 35 minutes played. It's been a bit of a stroll in the park for Inter. Lazio, unfortunately, have really offered nothing yet to even have a shot on target. Lazio, you can see the faces falling. Tavares, it was poor from him. Thuram was in the vicinity. And then Denzel Dumfries with the press, won the ball, took a touch across the face of goal. As I said, easy as you like for Lautaro. And unfortunately for Lazio, at this point, it's not about if they can get back into the game, it's about how many they don't concede almost. Could be a big half-time team talk. Those Inter fans, they're absolutely loving life. And what I can assume will be the away end. I know Lazio, this is their home ground, but they're also the home team this evening, so I can imagine it's an away end for those Inter fans, if you will, but maybe give them more of a an allocation than what you would be given to from a couple of days ago, for example. Well, it was 3-0 only a few days ago, as I said. Well, that one was an easy one. Martinez scored then, Sucic scored in the 39th minute. Very similar kind of goals, if you will. Mkhitaryan added one late on, and here come Inter looking for another one. Great tackle from Isaacson to get back there. Well, I say great tackle, not for the first time I've said that, and the referee disagrees. Yellow card coming up for Mario Gila. I thought he won the ball from Thuram there quite fairly. Maybe goes through him, and it's that quote-unquote modern challenge where the referee's always going to give it. Yellow card comes out for the Spaniard. For me, that is a great tackle. He goes in and wins the ball. He wins the ball with his left foot. Maybe the referee's saying your right foot's a little bit too much, and that's how you lose the ball. Not too short. There was also earlier on a foul that Lazio wanted on Zaganye that wasn't given, that they're not very happy about, but it will be a free kick in a dangerous position for Inter to take. I can assume it will be set piece Maestro in DiMarco to take. It will be. It's on the left hand side. He can really whip and bend this one in, it has to be said. DiMarco Swings one and it's a good delivery. Heads go up. It's cleared away. Barella will scamper to get it. Back to Zielinski. He might open up. He loves a long ranger. He does. Saved by the goalkeeper. Tavares will get there just to clear it. Clears it off Barella. Zielinski will keep it in play though. Pokes it forward. Zakanya is off the field for now, so Lazio are down to 10. Barella. Back to Bastoni. Doesn't get the pass right. It's out for a throw-in for Lazio, but halfway into their own half. Zakanya is back on the field now. And he's a man on the ball, picking it up, trying to drive forward. The skipper trying to bring his team forward. That's a poor pass. Picked off by DiMarco. Sucic. Back to Akanji. Again, a very, very comfortable evening continues for Inter. Stats-wise, 75% possession for Inter. 7 shots, 1 on target. Of course, their first goal was an own goal. Lazio have only had the 1 shot. That came in from Noslin, of course. It was wide of the target. 1.24 XG for Inter. Can say, of course, that Lautaro's not 0.83. He had the goal at his mercy. And here come Inter wanting more. DiMarco spreads it out to Dumfries on the right-hand side. The Dutchman's pacey. He will get there. Tavares is there to put it out for a throw-in. Dumfries, does it go his way? I don't believe it is. DiMarco just overhit it. So Dumfries was flying forward to keep it in play. So then when you see, well, they just put the studs on the ball, he runs off the pitch, keeps it in play, and Tavares must have knocked it off of him for the linesman. So it's a throw-in for Lazio, very close to the quadrant almost of their own corner flag on the left-hand side. Played forward, but again, Lazio just can't get the ball to stick to anyone's boots. Zakanya, back it goes. Romagnoli will pump it forward, but only as far as Biseku brings it down, and Akanji has it on the right-hand side. Oh, he's slip of the foot there. Zakanya tossing. Is Akanji taken down? Referee says no. To comfortably come away with the ball. Back to the goalkeeper, and with less than 5 minutes to go, just over 40 minutes on the clock. A really impressive outing so far for Inter. 41 minutes on the clock, 4 to go until half-time. A warm welcome if you are joining for the latter stages of this first half. The Coppa Italia, the 17th edition. It is Lazio 0, Inter Milan 0. English audio commentary of all the action from the Stadio Olimpico. It has been all Inter Milan this evening. Of course, only a few days ago, on the 9th of May, is when these two sides did meet at the Stadio Olimpico. As I say, it's only been 4 days ago since they met. A dominating 3-0 win for Inter. Well, it's just following the same pattern at the moment. Bisek looks long for Thuram. Too much on it, and Marusic, the man who unfortunately will go down as the first goal scorer in the back of his own net, picks it up. The greatest of passes, but Patrick will find it into Taylor. Tavares picks it up. That's a heavy touch. DiMarco's coming over to the other side to chase him down. Tavares going past a few here, still has it. Switches it to the right, looking for Isaacson. Nice first touch. On the right hand side of the box, he takes it further in. Back out to Marusic. Looking for options. Basic. Back to Romagnoli. Taylor. He's got Tavares wide, but Dumfries is marking him at the moment. So of course, go back to Romagnoli. Of course, I said earlier, the former AC Milan central defender, former skipper as well. Ball forward, looking for Noslin. Is he brought down there? Referee says no. Inter will clear their lines and allow more possession for Lazio. Barella, Dumfries battling for the ball. It'll come last off of the Dutchman. Out of play for a throw-in. Actually, back Noslin. I think he goes down. He's even Barella. Barella has the hold of his shoulder. I don't think he's pulling him though if that holds. So I think it's a good decision from the referee this evening, Marco Guida. Lazio lose the ball in the middle. Picked up by Sucic, and now Zielinski looks around. Plays it forward for Martinez. Dumfries on the right hand side. Thuram is in the box. He plays one in. Blocked off of the backside of Romagnoli. The forward to Noslin, trying to get it wide to Isaacson. He's one-on-one against Bastoni, driving into the inter-half. It's a foot race. Bastoni comes away with it. Isaacson's gone down, holding his face here. He's been caught by Bastoni. They both had arms all over each other's shoulders, so I didn't see anything in terms of being whacked in the face. Not much of a replay back. Bastoni has got his arm over his almost into his chest, if you will. Maybe underneath his chin. I don't think he catches him on the face, so I've seen pictures of the Lazio bench. They can't believe it. I don't think it's a foul personally. I think that's trying to get a free kick. There is Isaacson looking at distance covered. 5.9 kilometres for Patrick, 5.8 for Sucic, so proving that the midfielders are getting about at the moment. But Inter have the ball at the feet of Martinez, the goalie. Out to Bisek. We're in the last minute of the 45. 30 seconds left of the allotted 45. To wait and see how much stoppage time there is. It's been a great flow to this first half. Not been too many stoppages. Barella back to Bisek. He gives it away. Zakandi coming forward. Switches it out to the right to Isaacson. Takes it down the line. Strike comes in and it's just a whisker wide. He drags it. He's furious. He wants a corner kick. I believe the referee has signalled for a corner kick as well. It was lovely. Bastoni was almost daring him to cut inside on his favoured left boot. He said he goes down the byline on his weaker right, but he does get a good strike. Just drags it wide a little bit. This will be a corner though. Only the 1 minute of added time, so not long to go until the half-time whistle. Corner is swung in. Zakanya. It's an in-swinger. Goalkeeper punches it straight up in the air. That's a better clearance than second time, and Inter might find a counter-attack. DiMarco is brought down. Inter want to continue the play, but DiMarco's gone down. Will be a free kick. Will there be a yellow card to boot for a almost cynical tackle there? Have to wait and see. It was Isaacson. I think DiMarco goes down. There's not too much in it, but you can see, like, 100% see why DiMarco's gone down there too. Bring a halt to the play for a moment. 10 seconds left of stoppage time. So it looks like going into the half-time whistle, Inter will take a dominating 2-0 lead in Lazio. Where does Maurizio Sarri's side go from here? From the free kick, about 15 yards outside the penalty area. Martinez will take, and I assume the referee will blow just after that. Plays it long. All eyes on the official. And he does blow for half-time. A dominating first 45 minutes for Inter Milan, the current league leaders. They're looking for a league and cup double, and at the moment they're flying towards that. Lazio were poor, not having a shot on target in the first 45. They opened the scoring from a corner. Marcus Thuram's header took a deflection off of Adam Marusic to give them the lead, and then just after the half-hour mark, poor play at the back, pounced upon by Denzel Dumfries, bladed across the face of goal for a tap-in for his skipper Lautaro Martinez, as at half-time in the Coppa Italia final, live from the Stadio Olimpico, it is Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. I'll be back shortly for the second half. Well, it's a warm welcome back to this evening's English audio commentary of all the action from the Coppa Italia final. It is Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. Coming into the second half, it was a fantastic first 45 minutes for Christian Chivu's side. Can they repeat that in the second half, or will Lazio be able to respond and come out firing and force Inter Milan into something? In the first 45, Inter were very much able to do what they wanted when they wanted to. It was a poor showing for Lazio. The best chance for them fell for Isaacson, who dragged his strike wide inside the last 90 seconds of the first half. Inter were very dominant. Nearly mistake early on from Martinez with a heavy pass, and Inter still have the ball. They had close to 80% possession at points in the first half. Lazio needs to be something of change that they need to do in the second half to force Inter into something. I don't know what that is. We'll have to see what Maurizio Sarri has up his sleeve. Should be an interesting second at 45. There has been one change though for Lazio. Defensive midfielder Patrick comes off and Nicolo Rovella comes on in his place. So a change in midfield. I felt a change was needed. Couldn't tell you where. Unfortunately, both the goals, one from a set piece, which turns out to be an own goal. Unfortunately, the second one was a mistake at the back. But it was a mistake at the back where Inter pounced and pressed high. They forced Lazio into that mistake. But a lot of teams these days, of course, as well want to play out from the back. Excuse me. And that's how they want to play. So I assume Maurizio Sarri will almost go, right, I'm happy with that mistake because I want you to play that way. And that's the modern way, isn't it? Free kick for Lazio. He's whipped in and takes a wicked hit off the side of DiMarco's head. So it will go up for a throw-in, but might have a pause in play. It's in flush on the side of the temple, left-hand side of his head. So that might be a sore one for DiMarco to take. And Claudio Lotito, the chairman of Lazio, in the stands as well. It's a packed-out Stadio Olimpico. Both fans have been excellent. Those Inter fans have got more smiles on their faces at the moment. We'll have to see how in the second half, as I say, Lazio respond. Those two goals, well, the first one coming from an own goal from Marusic, unfortunately. Lovely in-swing corner from DiMarco. Thuram was jumped highest to get it, and it took a wicked deflection off Marusic. Don't think it will go down as a Thuram goal. They had the 1-0 lead after that, and then just after the 35th minute mark, Tavares was caught in possession by Dumfries, played it across the face of goal for Lautaro to tap in. One of the easiest goals he'll have all season. We'll bring you the lineups in just a moment in full. Lazio do just have the ball. It will be a throw-in. So quickly, Motta is in goal for Lazio. It's a back four of Marusic, yellow carded Gila, Romagnoli and Tavares. In for a free of Basic, Rovella and Taylor. Skipper, Zagagni, Noslin and Isaacson as a forward three. For Inter, it's Martinez in goal, Josep Martinez. Back three of yellow-carded Bisic, Akanji and yellow-carded Bastoni. Dumfries off the right, DiMarco off the left. Midfield three of Sucic, Zielinski and Barella. And Thuram alongside skipper Lautaro Martinez. Sucic drives into the Lazio half. Here comes the Inter midfielder, still down the left-hand side, gets away from his man, ball into the box, takes a deflection off of Basic. Really good play there from Petar Sucic, and out for a corner for Inter. DiMarco usually is the man on set pieces. He's only taken really in-swingers so far. This will be on the near side and an outswinger for Inter. In this second half, Lazio, the host, if you will, going from left to right in the usual sky blue jersey, white socks and shorts, whereas Inter going from right to left in the usual black and blue. Will be DiMarco with an outswinger. Thuram jumps the highest just over his head, falls for Barella outside the area but gets well underneath it, and it clears into the stands. So it will be a Lazio goal kick. So at the moment, Inter very successful at the moment, doing a double if it goes their way in the second 45, winning the league in quite outstanding fashion for Christian Chivu. And at the moment, as I say, they'll be adding the Coppa Italia with a league and cup double. Perhaps I'll look back at the season, a low point with the Champions League exit. Apart from that though, can't ask for much more in your first campaign as Inter Milan boss, can you, from the former Inter player. Right hand side, Barella picks it up, plays it to the right to Sucic. He'll go back to Bastoni. To the feet of Akanji and back to Bastoni. Just over 5 minutes into this second half. Warm welcome. It's English audio commentary coverage of the Coppa Italia final. Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. And Marusic own goal and a Lautaro Martinez strike. And that Inter are 2-0 up and on their way to their 10th Coppa Italia in their history. Zielinski dropping into the back three. They've just got it inside their own penalty area doing so they've got to be careful that they not make a mistake like Lazio did for Inter's second. I'd say that Inter, a side that's more used to more comfortable style, is playing out from the back and being on the ball. They've got very, very capable central defenders playing out from the back, and more than often you've got one of the, maybe even at that point, Zielinski and Sucic were in the heart of defence trying to play out with the ball. So you've always got players who know exactly what they're doing on the ball, it has to be said. But that's a poor pass. There's the commentator there from Zielinski. And Lazio pick it up. They're forced to go back to Gila, who of course the Spaniard is on a yellow card. Plays a nice pass out to Marusic on the right hand side, asking for some support. Gets it in Isaacson, but put down by Thuram. He's forced to go back to Gila. Nice pass into Isaacson, takes it past his man Bastoni, still driving forward on the right. Marusic fires one into the box, deflected off Bastoni, stops it going out for a corner, but can only clear it out for a throw-in on the right hand side. That's you again, as I say, that they need to respond, they need to do something. First 45, nowhere good enough for them. Looking at the first half stats alone as this throw-in comes in, Bastoni is going to, the right linesman's going to give a free kick the way of Bastoni, more for simulation against Isaacson. There was a slight push from Bastoni, not enough to go over, and it also might have just been that it's a handball as Isaacson goes down and grabs the football. So I think unfortunately it's not simulation, apologies, he does pick up the ball, so it will be a handball by Isaacson. You could even say though there's a yellow card because of he deliberately touched the ball and picked up because he believed that he had a free kick. Looking, as I said, possession stats, 71% as a whole in the first half, 2 shots for Lazio, 8 for Inter, 3 on target, 1.39 expected goals, 0.83 for Lautaro's, so that was a high one. Poor play out from the back again, it's a poor pass picked up by Dumfries, but the goalkeeper Morta, well, he's the one who made the mistake at the back, but he's the one who gets his side out of trouble as when Thuram looked to take a touch and take it past the keeper, maybe win a penalty. It was the goalie who picked the ball up. He had to get that one right. If Thuram gets there first, that's a penalty, and it's a double whammy with the keeper making the mistake, giving the ball away, and making the mistake as well in terms of giving away a penalty. So they've just got to be really careful. The Lazio 3-0 probably finishes this game off, it has to be said. Isaacson doubled up there, tries to play it back to his overlapping fullback in Marusic, but Di Marco and Bastoni all over him like a rash, and it will be a throw-in for Inter, about level with their own edge of the penalty box on the left hand side. Great picture as well at the moment, seeing those Inter flags, the Inter fans going absolutely wild. They haven't stopped from minute one, and those Lazio fans, they're in great fine voice as well, in great form. Don't want to knock it when your team's 2-0 up and playing some incredible football. It's going to add it to a little bit, isn't it? Bastoni gives away free against Isaacson, and he's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. Himself and Bisek have picked up yellow cards for Inter. Gila has one for Lazio. I mean, that is a very, very soft free kick, I must say. I don't think it's a yellow card at all. Watching it back, I mean, I don't think it was a yellow card to begin with, but he's got to be careful since he's on a yellow card. So, have the ball now just outside their own penalty area, so they had an opportunity to swiftly play it up, and instead they've gone back to Vares. Looks forward for the run of Noslin. Running down a play for a throw-in for Lazio by Bastoni. As I say, it is a big opportunity if Lazio could get cynically one of Inter's back three off of the field. Don't be surprised if Christian Chivio makes a change in the middle. Ravella, he's taken away from him. Turan will pick it up, driving forward. He needs some support. Tavares as well to get back. He has driving support. Barella, lovely touch across the face of goal, cleared away by Romagnoli. Then Tavares puts his boot through it. Just so quick on the transition. Inter. Lazio, if you give it away in the middle, Inter can drive forward. Dumfries wins it in the middle. It's back and forth like a basketball game at the moment. Zielinski, DeMarco to his left-hand side, plays it to the Italian. Ball comes in, cleared away by Romagnoli. Barella will pick it up. Now halfway into the Lazio half, and now again, Inter turn up, just slow it down. Happy to keep possession. Keep the Lazio side penned in. Again, all game it's just seemed it's a 4-3-3 for Lazio. Let's press the wing backs in the central three. As long as one of the back three has it, let's not press them down. It's not worked at all for Lazio. I'm not saying if you press like headless chickens that would work either. I think that's the way to a victory. But it has to be said that as long as Inter just keep the ball, they're going to be comfortable. And they still have it at Kanji into Sucic. I don't imagine they'll be too risky. The rest of this game, if they can get a third, they get a third. The third would finish the game off completely. That would be the difference, really. If you can grab a third. 2-0 maybe Lazio, I think. If we just get one chance, we score, we're back in it. That's poor from Dumfries. On the right-hand side, intercepted. Out to the left to Tavares. Maybe not involved as much as the flying fullback will have wanted this evening. It'll go down as a mistake by him for Inter's second, and not a mistake for Inter's first, but an own goal for his fullback on the opposite side, Adam Marusic. Lazio still with the ball. That's a nice one out to Tavares there from Ravella. It was a shock when I didn't see him starting, to be honest. Moves it centrally to Isaacson. Taylor. Back to Ravella. He might go for a shot. No, he plays a lovely pass to Isaacson. Back into the middle. He's had a foul by Bastoni. Referee says no. Still with Lazio. Strike goes wide from Noslin. They're still asking for a penalty. That's as big as it's got for Lazio. They just couldn't clear it. There was claims for a penalty, and I don't even know if Inter almost thought there was one. Everyone just stopped still for a second. Isaacson picked the ball up. Noslin tries to curl it, and he curls it wide. It was Bassett, who's the man who was bundled over. But Isaacson keeps the attack alive, and Noslin, watching it from the ref's cam, I think that would be quite awkward to give, because Bastoni doesn't foul him at all. I think he more runs into him. The referee says no, there might be a VAR check. The game is back underway. I was watching a few replays, so if there was a VAR check, it was a quick one, over and done with swiftly by the VAR officials. But Nelson, that's, as I said, that's as big as it's got so far. It was a massive opportunity, it has to be said. Wasn't a real one-on-one. But what it was the biggest it's got for. Well, that's a late tackle there by skipper Zakanyi. And Zielinski trying to play it forward to Lautaro, and he's been brought down. The referee might even bring the yellow card out there, I'm not too sure. Didn't see it officially brandished. But to have the ball just outside their own penalty area. Still a little bit of a walking pace at the moment. Bastoni, DiMarco. We'll see neither team looking at the moment like any players are ready to come on. We're just about to hit the hour mark. That's usually when you see changes being made. But 60 minutes on the clock here. The Stadio Olimpico English audio commentary coverage of all the action from the 79th Coppa Italia. It's Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. Just over half an hour to go. Goals in the first half, an own goal from Marusic and a tapping from Martinez have put Inter 2-2 the good. Lazio, though, they need to respond. They're coming forward now down the left-hand side, trying to be poked out to Isaacson. Great block from Bastoni, and the Italian's going to drive forward. Lautaro is still down in the middle of the field. Inter are going to drive forward. DiMarco's going to pull it back. Bastoni into Sucic. Lautaro is back up to his feet. There's no need for a pause in play. I think a few of the Inter players are just looking around, saying, right, let's just knock it around. At the moment, they're on their way to a League and Cup double, and their 10th at Coppa Italia, first since 2023. What an incredible first campaign it will be for Christian Kivu if his side come away with a win this evening. Only 4 days ago were they this stadium, the Stadio Olimpico, 2-0 up. 76-minute strike from Henrik Mkhitaryan confirmed all 3 points. Another goal will confirm the trophy. Bisek picks it up, drives forward, he continues to go forward, he loses it. Now here come Lazio on a counter-attack. Noslin, it's a poor pass to Isaacson. The winger's going to keep it in play, though he tries to swing one back in, and it's a terrible cross on his weaker right boot, right into the arms of Martinez. Josip Martinez, that's almost when you see pre-game coaches swinging crosses in for the goalkeepers, catching practice, if you will. And Lazio, Noslin didn't play a great ball to Isaacson, so he was forced a lot wider than he would have wanted. Doesn't mean, though, that shouldn't be a poor pass from him. He needs to be better. I'll say Christian Kivu on the sidelines. He's been very calm. He's not been animated at all this evening. Well, they give away the ball then, and Lazio coming forward, very animated, was the Inter Milan boss. Inter do have the ball back. DiMarco on the left-hand side pokes it forward for Sucic. Lautaro shouts of offside. He's going to continue driving forward. Plays in the box for Thuram. Played away by Gila. Rovella will pick it up. Nice turn, a nice touch from the midfielder into Taylor. He's brought a calmness to the midfield as Rovella. He's coming on at half-time. Sakanya on the left-hand side. Back to Taylor. He might up and go for a strike. He does. Gets it wide and wrong there. Former Ajax man has all the right in the world to go for a strike. He took a touch. No one closed him down. Took a second to sell himself. Maybe that second touch wasn't the right thing to do, because as soon as he did, Zielinski tried to press him down as he was going for the shot. Unfortunately, gets it on the... As he's hitting it, he gets over it and he slices it wide. Goal kick for Inter coming up. Lazio being much better in this second half. I watched it here in live, but there wasn't a high bar for them to respond to. It has to be said. They were very poor in that first 45. Zielinski picks it up in the middle. Again, that back three, and I said the midfield three in the first half rotates, and there's a lot of fluidity. It's almost that back three and midfield three, both of them. You see Zielinski dropping in, see Bastoni moving into the middle. It's very awkward to pick up your man, and man marking is such a big thing in football these days that, well, if you're having to follow someone all the way back to the goalkeeper, that then opens up space for someone to drop in or here or there. It's been an excellent watch for Inter for just over 64 minutes we've played here. Lazio have really struggled. I think a lot of teams have struggled against this Inter side. It's no offence to Lazio. I think Inter have been next level in this game. They've been absolutely fantastic all season long. Akanji, the low Manchester City man, be interesting to see if his move is made permanent. Not quite sure what the details are on his deal, whether it's a obligation or anything like that. He's been very impressive. He was impressive at Manchester City and at Borussia Dortmund. He's been impressive at the San Siro for Inter Milan as well. Bastoni, to the feet of Sucic, nice turn and drives away. Faces it out to Dumfries on the right hand side. Nice pass and space is opening up here for Inter. Dumfries floats it into the box. He'll go from right wing back to left wing back. DiMarco to the overlapping Lautaro. Edge of the left-hand side of the penalty area. Tried to play it back to the edge of the area for Sucic, but a nice block comes in. And it's then cleared away in the end. Oh, it's actually cleared off of DiMarco. DiMarco wants the throw-in. Kivu is not happy with the linesman at all. It will go the way of Lazio. Just watching it back, it doesn't look like it came off of Isaacson. Looks like that'll be his last piece of play, though. It will be. He's going to be coming off the field of play, and Cancelleria will be coming on number 22. Maurizio Sarri, of course, was mentioned earlier. I only mentioned it very quickly in the preamble, if you will, so apologies. He is not on the touchline this evening. It is his assistant who's there. Looks like they'll make a double substitution as well. Lazio, waiting on full confirmation of who the second one will be. Or it might just be the one, but for the time being, it is just the one with Isaacson coming off and Cancelleria coming on to the field. This 24-year-old Italian trying to come on and maybe make an impact. So for the time being, it is just a one change. Apologies, looked like they was trying to make two. Lautaro gives away a foul there. Gila with his best acting performance, and he's been hit in the face there. Lautaro grazes him on the chest, and Gila does well to win the referee's attention there and win the free kick. Of course, he's on the yellow card as well. He's the Spanish centre-back, Ravella. He's been fantastic in the second half. Up to the right-hand side. Cross is whipped into the back post by Cancelleria, and it's out of play. Looks like Mkhitaryan will be coming on in just a moment for Inter. Looks like they're making a double change as well. See Marco Materazzi in the stands. It will be Petar Sucic coming off for Mkhitaryan. A lot of experience from Sucic. Has had a great game, has to be said, but number 8 Sucic off, number 22 Henrik Mkhitaryan on, the Armenian. As former Dortmund, Manchester United, Arsenal man. And he's been into a very long time now. It's almost thought that, not that his career was over, it just always felt like maybe at the top level he might have been finished. Luis Enrique is coming on, and Denzel Dumfries is coming off the field of play. Of course, now 37 years old is Mkhitaryan, spent a stint in Rome, of course, but now for Inter, closing in on 200 appearances since July 2022. He's played for Inter more than Dortmund, more than Shakhtar. What a free signing, you can say that one's gone down as, and as I said earlier, just a few months I should say, Dumfries is off, and Luis Enrique is on in his place. So fresh legs on in the middle and on the wide areas. Keeper will know he wants to go on and finish this game off. Maybe just getting one more is the solution to the problems. They do have the ball at the back with Martinez. In the second half, Lazio have been better, but as I said earlier, it wasn't a high bar to compete with, unfortunately, due to how I thought they was quite poor in the first half. Right hand side, opportunity for Mkhitaryan. He's got the overlapping Luis Enrique. He's going to cut inside instead. Finishes one to the back six for DiMarco. Back cross, face of goal, opportunity. And he puts it wide. DiMarco on the first time effort for a cross. Once again, it's wing back to wing back. It's an opportunity for Enrique. Was he offside? Oh, I think he was just onside, and he puts it wide. The goal at his mercy. No thing that Motta could do about it. There would have been a question of offside, of course, no doubt about it, but what an opportunity that was to come on and with one of your first touches Lovely ball from Mkhitaryan on the right hand side to pick out DiMarco. It's a lovely ball across the first time. How about that? DiMarco might not get the assist for the first. We've got assist for that and deserves one. Tavares picks it up in the middle. So you're preparing 2 substitutions. Rovella just inside the Inter half, trying to pen them in at the moment. Tavares in quite a central position, and I think quite happy to sit off for the moment. The leaders play forward. Great interception by Akanji there, still alive on the left hand side with Zakanye. Drives into the penalty area, floats one into the back stick, strike comes in. Cancelleri gets well underneath it on the volley. It was an awkward one, don't blame him for going for it. Inter are happy that Akanji didn't get a free kick, but I think the referee's saying, well, it's gone wide anyway, so possibly something would have more important and vital will have come from it. Something might have been given, but I think he's out for an Inter Milan goal kick. As I said, waiting to see Lazio going to make this double change. See who's coming on and who's coming off. Looks like Nuno Tavares will be the first player to leave the fields. So number 17 going up there. Marusic will be the first player going off, and Lazari, number 29, is on in his place. And the second substitution, Zakanye, will be coming off, and Dia, number 19, will be coming on. So apologies, Nuno Tavares is still on the field. So double substitution. Zakanye is off, Dia is on, Marusic off, Lazari is on, and that is all 5. That's 4 changes, apologies. So Lazio still have a change to make. Inter, they've only made 2, so they've still got a good 3 up their sleeve. Dia. Heavy first touch. Mkhitaryan comes over the ball. Back to DiMarco. Just about over 15 minutes to play here at the Stadio Olimpico. Thank you for joining, and a warm welcome if you are just joining for the latter stages of this Coppa Italia final. There's Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2. Dominating performance from Inter, especially in the first 45. The second 45, Lazio have responded well, but here come Inter looking for a third. Swiftly out to Luis Enrique. Great tackle from Tavares. Enrique still going. Can he find it across the face of goal? No, he can't, but as he won his side of corner. No, it was the last stop of Enrique. Well defended there from Tavares. He was mistaken at fault for Lazio conceding their second goal. So no goal for Marusic for Inter's first goal. Lovely whipped in corner, headed on by Thuram and off the back of the right shoulder of Marusic. Give Inter a deserved 1-0 lead. And just after the 35th minute mark, Tavares wanted too long on the ball. Dumfries pouncing on him. Won the ball, took a touch, played it across the face of goal for Lautaro, and his skipper got the goal that he craved. Here come Lazio down the right hand side, ball into the feet of the edge of the area. Taylor, heavy touch, back to the left hand side. Can they create something? Can they get a goal to make it interesting? Edge of the area, will a strike come in? It will, blocked away by Barella. As far though as the left hand side for Tavares, who's going to swing a ball into the box, looking for Dia. Headed away there by Akanji. Played further away out for a throw-in for Bisek. That was a lovely ball into the box there. We'll sit with pace, power, all that you really want and all that you really need. Just better defending, it has to be said. And Lazio keep a hold of the ball. They've got to score 2 goals to take into extra time, or Inter will comfortably of their 10th Coppa Italia, complete a league and cup double. Right hand side, Lazari. We'll see the changes that have been made, they're all very positive, it has to be said. Well, that's all more of an attacking sense. Ball over top looking for Dia. Is he going to get in the end of it? Yes, he is. Akanji's there. Dia, strike is saved, and Akanji will come away with the ball. Lovely ball over top. Josip Martinez has gone down, asking for a pause in play. He might have collided with Dia. Lovely ball over the top there on the right hand side. He times his run to perfection, takes a bounce, and then he takes a touch, and Akanji just gets a swipe at it, and now he still gets a shot off, does Dia, but Akanji's touch means that he's a little bit off balance, is the winger, and he gets a shot on target. Martinez does well to come out and make himself big, but at the same time maybe Dia could have done a little bit better with that chance. Again, Lazare, beautiful pass over the top. Looks like Inter are going to make a change in just a moment as well. When scoring first, Inter in all competitions this year, 37 games, 31 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss. So it's not good reading, it has to be said, for Lazio, but they are putting the pressure on in the latter stages of the game. Maybe Inter thinking, right, we've done our work, we've done our job in the opening 45. Those Inter fans still bouncing flags about. They're celebrating as if they've already won it. And although they're almost there, almost got maybe one hand on the trophy at this point, Lazio are not out of the fight, it has to be said. Looks like Inter are going to make their substitutions now. Bastoni is going to come off. That one you felt like was a almost necessary one due to the yellow card he picked up. Carlos Augusto will be coming on in place of him. It looks like the second change. Most goals for Inter in all competition. Lautaro Martinez is 175th this evening. Takes him third all time in the scoring charts for Inter. So that second goal almost confirms the trophy. Placed him third all time for Inter for just goal scorers for Inter. A legendary player at the San Siro is the Argentine. I said, looking to be the skipper of another league and cup double. The first time they've done it, Boni is on in place of him. So double substitution, Bastoni and skipper Lautaro off. On comes Carlos Augusto and Boni in place of them. Won't be a real change in tactics or anything like that. It'll just be a change in legs and the system will remain the same. Left hand side, here come Lazio, ball into the box, deflected away off of Luis Enrique. And his father as a throw-in. Lazio to take it quickly, ball over the top, it finds the feet of Taylor. It's a poor pass, but it was off the right boot of Thuram, so out for a throw-in. A few of the Inter players smile and a few of them know there's still a long way to go. Last change coming up here for Lazio. The ever-experienced Pedro will be coming on. The Phil Basic will be the man coming off, so it's without a doubt another attacking change. Give credit to Lazio. They want to get back in this game. It's a mountain for them to climb, but perhaps one goal gets you back in it, you get momentum. Just try and go from there. The 38-year-old Pedro, what a career he's had. So many trophies at Barca, long stint at Chelsea. The move to Roma for a season. He's been at Lazio since 2021. Made over 200 appearances for Lazio. This will be his 5 years, his 5th season at the club. Could he be someone to come on, bring experience and bring a turnaround to this side? Coming into this game, he played 206 games for Chelsea. This will be his 207th for Lazio. Ball in the middle, Ravella looking for the run of Cancelleri. Too much on it, out of play for an Inter goal kick. Martinez just telling his players to push forward and boot this one long. And then look, you're 2-0 up, he's going to try anything to just slow this game down and take seconds off the clock. It's a goal kick for Inter coming up. Boots it long to the left hand side. Of course now Lautaro's no slouch in the air, but Lautaro and Thuram on. You've got Thuram and Boni, two physical presence in the air. Thuram goes back to Di Marco, back to the goalkeeper who sprays it out to the right hand side. Luis Enrique goes past his man, just almost glides past him, tries to play it back into the middle for Mkhitaryan. It's a poor pass, and now Lazio pick it up. Here come the hosts. Poor pass picked up by Augusto. It's clear. When I say host, because it is their home ground, I know it's a neutral setting as much as it can be, but it's also their ground, and they're also slated as the home team, so that weird feeling to it almost, hasn't it? Ball's got too much on it there, out of play for an Inter Milan throw in. 80 minutes have surpassed here, and at the moment it's Inter who are surpassing Lazio 2-0. It's not been a great evening, it's not been a great outing for Lazio. Inter, on the other hand, have been excellent. Much better performance in the first 45. Lazio have been better in the second 45. You'd have to say maybe Luis Enrique had the opportunity to make it 3-0 5 minutes ago or so, and that would have been the final nail for Lazio. Well, is it still around? If they get a goal, who knows? It's poor in the middle, poked away by Zielinski. Now here comes Thuram, he's driving forward, he's got support coming for him, takes a touch, drives into the penalty area, across the face of goal, keeper clears only as far as Zielinski, who puts it wide. Once again a massive opportunity to make it 3-0. Thuram, great play, driving forward, does a selfless thing, playing across the face of goal. The keeper punches it away only as far as Zielinski. He takes a lovely touch to set himself up, and he slices it wide of the target. The goal wasn't exactly at his mercy, but if you get that just on target, you're probably thinking he makes it 3-0, and he completely slices it wide of the goal. The Pole can't believe it. Former Napoli man thought they'd probably gone on the score sheet there. Once again, though, it was a Lazio mistake, if you will. Bounced upon, and it was top play for Marcus Thuram, and I do believe that will be his last piece of play as he's going to be leaving the field. He will be. Gets a round of applause. Juve is the man coming on for him. It's an easy night work. Thuram, I said, unfortunately, I don't think he will get the goal. Or the opener, but as per usual, a fantastic game for the French forward. Round of applause from the fans and all his teammates. I think at the moment it is almost celebration time for Inter. The smiles are starting to just make their way to the bench. For example, when Lautaro went off, they were still a bit like, look, we've got time to go. And Lazio still yet to respond with a goal or anything along those lines. Interesting to see if Inter are really bothered for an extra goal. Almost Bonny is up top on his own now as well, almost. Inter trying to just overload that midfield. Mkhitaryan wide on the left hand side, heavy touch, and it's intercepted in the middle. Mkhitaryan tries to get it, nice ball to Lazari. Inside his own half, he's forced to boost it away. Good press from Inter, and it will be a throw-in for them halfway into Lazio half. Pedro's come on and just hasn't been able to get going so far. Don't blame him, of course, at all, but sidelines, there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and everyone's getting involved. And I can just see the frustrations here of the Lazio players just getting into a boil. There's Di Marco, and I want to say Lazari, who were involved at first. The referee's brandished a good few yellow cards here. This will take a while to sort out. The linesman's over, the fourth official is over. The Lazio bench, they were out straight away. They were basically in front of the dugout. It's over nothing happened. It was showing a replay on my broadcast, and then comes back to live pictures, and Di Marco's not happy with something. Once Di Marco's a throw-in by Di Marco. It's a late tackle from Pedro. It is very late from the Spaniard, and at this time of the game, there isn't a... If that's in the first 5 minutes, you might say, right, look, it's early on in the cup tie, and Di Marco's not happy. He's been yellow carded. It was a reaction that wasn't needed, but I can I imagine you're 2-0 up in the last few minutes. You also feel that there's no need for that. As well, Pedro, 38 years old, he knows exactly what he's doing there. This isn't a player who's, you know, a youngster. Barella's also picked up a yellow card, so just almost going through the admin now of who's got a card and who hasn't. That's the most fight that Lazio have shown all evening, really. They just haven't showed up. They've shown into way too much respect this evening. Rightfully so as well, just Pedro getting a yellow card as well. They've shown into too much respect. They haven't taken it to them. I think they've done great to get to this Coppa Italia final. You look in the league, and only 4 days ago Inter Milan beat them 3-0, but I have been really disappointed, I do have to say, with Lazio. I've been so impressed by Inter, but I think Lazio haven't really showed up this evening, unfortunately. They could have done much better. Instead they get to do too much. Tavares taken down there by Juve, who came on for Thuram. 86 minutes on the clock, not too long to go. Pictures of the Inter bench. Dumfries, Thuram, important players as per usual, and they came up with important plays tonight. Swung in by Tavares, headed away by Akanji to the left hand side. Enrique picks it up, dinks it over the top of Taylor. Akanji as well, who's on the bench, was given a yellow card for his involvement in that pushing and shoving. As I say, Pedro, it was a late tackle, maybe frustration from Pedro, but a veteran of his status should know a lot better. If that's a youngster in Boni, for example, for Inter Milan or something like that, I feel like he doesn't know better. Pedro knows exactly what he's doing in that position. He's been in many finals before. He knows he's just trying to get a rise out of Inter there. Lazio have the ball with Romagnoli. Nice pass into Taylor. Lazzari. Romagnoli's going to drive forward. Just over 2 minutes left of the 90. Inter lead 2-0 in the 79th edition of the Coppa Italia. And at the moment, a goal from Marusic and a tap in from Martinez. And they're on course for their 10th Coppa Italia. And a widely successful debut campaign from Christian Kivu, as it will be a league and cup double to remember for Inter. Ball on the left hand side, well intercepted by Luis Enrique. He wins it and he plays a great ball there, and Zielinski's going to drive away. He'll almost drive away from danger to keep the ball at the feet with DiMarco. And we're straight back to Barella. Going to boot it long. And he goes as far though as Tavares, just inside the Lazio half. Taylor looking for options, but now Inter are just sat deep, not really pressing, just in almost the zones. It's a nice ball to Dia. Drops it to Noslin, who plays a lovely pass to the right hand side to Lazzari. He's got a one-on-one against his man Mkhitaryan, goes past him, cuts one, cuts inside with a strike, just goes wide. It might have been a cross-come strike, but it wasn't too far from goal. I would have more hoped he was going for a cross, but that might easily be all told that he was going for a strike there. Distance covered, Barella 10.9 kilometres, Taylor 10.6, Zielinski 10.5. So busy evening for both those sides and both midfields, it has to be said. But we're in the last minute of the 90. It is only a matter of minutes and seconds till Inter will be crowned the 25-26 Coppa Italia champions. Deserved 100% from this performance. They've had a great season, of course, as I say. It's just finishing off, putting a bow on it. Of course, they've still got 2 league games to play. And they almost didn't just finished them off at the weekend, they finished them off this evening. I'm sure that's what Christian Kivu as well will be quite happy about. Came here, beat them on Saturday 3-0. You didn't almost just forget that. You then wanted to come and beat them in midweek in the cup final, which was almost a bigger game of the league already sewn up. Right hand side, throw in for Inter. Cameras and broadcasters point towards Lautaro, the man who will be lifting that Coppa America that is the one in picture right now. Say they did back-to-back Coppa Italias from 2021, 2022 and 2022, 2023. Last season's winners Bologna, well, they won't have their name on the trophy as the holders for too long. Only a few more minutes as Inter will be crowned champions and take that cup home with them. Played over 90 minutes, 5 minutes of stoppage time, so we're only a few minutes away from full time. I mean, unfortunately for Lazio, this game, unless you were to give extra 15-20 minutes, this game is realistically over. Here come Inter though with Juve. Sprays a pass to the left for Di Marco. It's a heavy pass and cleared away easily. That's to be said. And now though on the sidelines, Thuram's trying to get everyone fired up and in a party mood. Again, usually you play this and you maybe have 2 games left of the league season like they would do. I can imagine it's quite awkward to celebrate because you've got a long time of the league left to go. The league's sewn up, you can have a bit of party mood. I know there'll be that professionalism with all of them, that they're not going to maybe party too hard with 2 league games left, but it doesn't matter, you've won both trophies at a nice point. Here come Lazio down the left-hand side. I'm sure I'd love to at least maybe kind of go back into this and try to almost take that clean sheet away from them. A little bit of a statistic I found very, very interesting coming into the game. Inter haven't lost in 9 against Lazio, so still have the ball knocking it around. 7 wins and 2 draws. Lazio last beat Inter 3-1 in August 2022, so this was a good oming of a fixture coming in for Inter, you have to maybe say. But Lazio haven't kept a clean sheet in 16 games against Inter Milan. Ball on the left-hand side, ball into the box. Header is on target with Martinez, who's had a very calm evening. Keeps that one at bay as well. As I say, he has had an easy evening, it has to be said. That's the Inter goalie. Lovely ball there on the left-hand side once again. They've had some good deliveries. As I say, there are no clean sheet in 16 games. We'll make it 17. The last time Lazio kept a clean sheet against Inter was a 1-0 away win in March 2019. So maybe the omens was right there from the beginning that Inter would be successful this evening. A lot of dull faces on the Lazio bench. Credit to the fans, the flags are still flying high. Inter have the ball on the right hand side. Here they come, they're looking for a third ball across the face of goal. Falls for Barella, great tackle at the back there, they haven't dealt with it. Still have the ball, do Lazio though, and is that going to be a foul against Zielinski? Yes it is going to be a foul against Zielinski. Lazio still have the ball though. Driving forward here is Pedro, taken down there by Akanji, and the ball's boozing off of him by Luis Enrique. Still have it on the left-hand side. The Lazio ball into the box, looking for the head there of Noslin. That goes out of play. 40-goal kick for Inter Milan, but there will be a pause in play here as Pedro. Ooh, I said that he took one. It was clear off his head. My word. He pops his head up and it is whacked off of his face, off his nose almost. That's going to be a sore one. We're into just about a minute left of stoppage time. Of course, Pedro's still down, so you're not missing anything if you're joining us for the last few minutes. Inter is celebrating on the sidelines with number 1, and the 0 is the Inter Milan badge. They deserve to celebrate. They've been absolutely fantastic this evening. They've been the better side. It will be their 10th Coppa Italia. What a way to do it. They've been unbelievable, as I say, this evening. Much far the better side. That first 45 minutes Lazio couldn't touch them. Just watching replays of the goal, watching Thuram's back. I don't think he's going on target, so I do believe it will go down as Marusic goal. And of course that mistake at the back by Tavares. Dumfries on him like a flash, takes a touch, plays it across the face of goal for Lautaro Martinez. Easy finish for him. And the skipper grabs his 175th goal for Inter. What a way to get that in a Coppa Italia final with the armband on you. And you'll be lifting the cup in a few moments. You can see pictures of Christian Kivu. Almost look like he's about to rightfully so tear up. What a season he's had. You've got to come in and replace Inzaghi. You've won the league in such straightforward style. You're going to win the Coppa Italia, a league and cup double. It's not easy to do. Just because so many have done it before doesn't mean it's easy. Tears will flow for both sides. One of happiness, one for disappointment. Ball goes out of play for a throw on left side, and the referee will blow the whistle. Full time from the Stadio Olimpico. The Inter bench empties, and everyone's got smiles on their faces. Chivu, first season, what a campaign he's had, what an impact he's made. Hugs his skipper Lautaro Martinez. He goes as the third top goal scorer in Inter Milan history with his goal this evening. Inter already have the league wrapped up, and now they can celebrate a 10th Coppa Italia, one of only a few teams in double digits of Coppa Italia wins. What an evening for the Nerazzurri. Big win at the Stadio Olimpico. They only beat Lazio 4 days ago by 3-0, and they've rocked back up here in the cup final and beat them 2-0 comfortably. An own goal from Ana Marusic from a corner inside the first 15 minutes gave Inter the rightful lead they deserved. They were great in the first 45 minutes. Ball play from Tavares at the back, pounced upon him, Denzel Dumfries took a touch into the penalty area, played it across the face of goal, a tap-in for Lautaro Martinez into the back of the net to give Inter a 2-0 lead at half-time. That's how it stayed. Inter probably should have been at 3-0 after a great pass from Di Marco across the face of goal by Luis Enrique, put his strike wide. Best it got for Lazio was Noslin's effort just wide, a whisker wide of the post in the second half, but perhaps they showed too much respect this evening for Inter Milan as Inter go on to win their 10th at Coppa Italia. A great game for Kivu, great game for those travelling Inter fans, and they deserve it. Full time, Lazio 0, Inter Milan 2, as Inter Milan raise their 10th Coppa Italia title. Thanks for joining.